everyone, we're back with our 6th video, and today we're going to be making a cold and flu busting soup, and it is a hearty, healthy garlic and onion soup. This is perfect timing because I feel like I'm starting to come down with something, so this is exactly what I'm going to be having for dinner tonight, and I can't wait because it's so delicious. So this is how we're going to make it. So the things you're going to need for your soup, I'm going to make my soup for 3 adults and 1 child. So I'm going to be using 5 medium to large onions. You can use any onion, but we're using, well, they call it green onion in America, white onions. Some coconut oil just to put in the pan with the onions, just to fry them off to start with. And some organic bouillon or some veg stock to put into the water to give it a little bit of flavour. So we're going to cut these up first, and then you'll also need some garlic. I'll probably use 4 whole garlic cloves, and don't get it mixed up, that just means 4 of these little cloves, not a bulb. 4 of these. It's going to be pretty strong and powerful, but that's definitely how we want it. As you're cooking it, the flavours get less intense. Once they're all cut, we're going to break them up and put them into, you can put them into a frying pan or a saucepan, but I just, because I'm already going to be using this, I just put them into the bottom of my saucepan. Add a little coconut oil, probably about a tablespoon of coconut oil. You can use olive oil as well, organic olive oil. I'm just trying to get some extra health benefits in by using coconut oil. We love garlic in this family, so this may end up being more than 4 bulbs. If you've got a garlic crusher, then that's great. If you're not that fancy like me, then just chop it into little bits and put that in with the onion before you saute it. You can add other vegetables to this soup. You're not limited to just onions and garlic. But sometimes I like it to be concentrated with onions and garlic. You get really lovely flavour. You could do, if you want to, instead of croutons, you could just cook up a little portion of crispy kale and put that on top. We often do that. Now we've got our onions and our garlic and our oil in the pan. We're just going to give it a little saute, just till the onions are soft-ish. And then once they're soft, we're going to be adding our water and our bouillon to the onions. After this, we're going to let it cook and simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes. You can kind of leave it longer. Sometimes if I'm running short of time, I will cook it for a little while, leave it. It's so nice when you do that as well because the flavours just really soak in. I leave it for however long I need to. If I need to go and pick the kids up from school, then I come back and then I heat it up again and then serve. So it's so versatile and easy of how long it can take you. You can cook it in no time at all, really. So we're just going to saute these off. With these onions, I'm going to add approximately 4 pints of water. And as I said, this is for 3 adults and a child. That should be just about right. But my husband does have a pretty big portion, so adjust it accordingly. If you want to get it just right, what you could do is get the bowl that you're going to serve it in and then fill that not to the top, because bearing in mind the onions will be in there too, but fill it up with the desired amount of water and then pour it in however many times you're going to be serving it. That's a good way of telling. So the reason we've added so much garlic is because garlic is thought to have antimicrobial properties, and that helps fight viral infections, which in turn obviously helps your immune system. This is because it's packed with antioxidants, so the more you get in there, the better. It's funny, when I was younger, even now actually, my mum still claims that if you put an onion in the room, you'll wake up feeling much better because onions absorb and attract viruses. I'm not quite sure that's very true. I think it's an old wives' tale. And also the onion in the sock. Apparently if you cut half an onion and you put it in your sock, you'll feel better. Might actually try it tonight and see what happens. I almost forgot to mention my secret ingredient, which is Marmite. Because as we all know, normally onion soup has beef in it, like a beef stock. So to give it that kind of rich texture and flavour, I add some Marmite. I probably add to this maybe about 2 teaspoonfuls. Make sure you do it when the water is really hot, so that when you mix it in, it kind of dissolves really quickly, and that gives it a really lovely flavour, rich flavour. Just bear in mind, if you're gluten-free, the Marmite isn't gluten-free. So now the onions are becoming a nice light brown colour. They're getting all nice and caramelised. Now's a good time to add your water. So I've added my 4 pints of water. As you can see, the onions are in there. I'm just going to add, to start with, a tablespoon, a flat tablespoon really. Not a tablespoon, sorry. This is a dessert spoon of bouillon. Just taste it as you go along, because you may want more flavour. I'm going to taste it. You're best to taste it when it's actually heated a bit. So we're going to put another dessert spoon of bouillon in. Bearing in mind some stocks aren't gluten-free. We're going to let that simmer now for about 20 to 25 minutes, and when the water gets hot, we're going to add our 2 teaspoons of Marmite, and then just keep tasting it throughout. And you may want to add a little salt, a little pepper. You can also add fresh herbs to this. So I'm going to add a little pepper, a little Himalayan salt, some wild thyme, and I'm going to put in some fresh sage. You can pretty much add anything to this, as long as the bulk of it is onion and garlic. Hope you enjoyed our video and have fun making the soup, and enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.